I'm not sure that they ever really had to work to establish some sort of identity. I think that from the beginning they were really sort of gung-ho on the whole concept. Like they kind of knew what they were stepping into from the beginning, that I was going to need them to be very strong leaders. I was going to need a lot of opinions. We don't have team cheers, we don't have traditions, and those were something that we were seeking out to find. And so we've been working on it, and they're constantly trying new stuff. And there's some things that we've tried that we really liked, and there are some things that just kind of died out. But as far as their pride in representing the Blackbirds, that's never changed from day one. So I think that the Blackbird Nation family has sort of defined their identity from the beginning, which has been great. I attest it to the fact that they're just an incredibly talented group of girls. And after watching them swim this past weekend, like I asked Patrick, I was like, can you imagine how lethal these girls are going to be by the time they're seniors? Like, this is going to be one of the most incredible classes by the time we watch them grow over the next 4 years. So it'll be really great. I like what they do every day when they show up. They've shown a lot of maturity. Like, I'll ask them to do X number of things, and sometimes they'll do more than what I ask. And that's a level of maturity that you don't find in a lot of freshmen. Because I'm asking them to step up and be leaders and to really sort of spearhead this team, they've unwittingly sort of put themselves in a position that, like, I'm probably going to expect a lot out of them in the future, and they know that. They know I ask a lot of them, and this is a big responsibility, being the first class. And I can't say that there hasn't been anything I really haven't liked. I mean, this is everybody's first year, so there's bound to be mistakes. Like, I make mistakes, Patrick makes mistakes, we all make mistakes. And it's just a matter of learning from it and moving on. Like, it's not so much a matter of saying, I like that or I didn't like that. It's more like, all right, how can we do this better next time? Well, we're going to get back into some pretty heavy training. We're just going to get their yardage back up because I dropped them down a little bit a few days before our last meet. So we're going to go back up in yardage. They're going to get a pretty significant training base back up, especially in January, simply because we also don't start till the 19th, and I'm bringing them back on the 5th. So, like, it's just, that's time to train. There's no school distractions, there's no homework distractions. It's just basically swimming, eating, and sleeping. The fact that I am taking him on a little bit of a winter training trip helps. It'll help break up that monotony, and it'll give him a chance to train long course, which also establishes a better training base for them. And then once we get back, once school starts, I mean, conference starts in 4 weeks. So, like, we have to get some work done. And, like, when they go home, they understand they're going to have to train, because we're never out of season yet, not till March. What's been most amazing is, like, when in other teams, you sit down in the beginning of the year and you're like, all right, here's your team roles. This is a team packet. And I laid down a blank sheet in front of them. And I said, I've never done this before with a brand new team. And I said, that would imply that we had traditions and experience before. And I said, your responsibility is going to help me write our team rules and what we want. And I think watching them, without having to ask them, like, they don't sit down at swim meets. They stand up and they cheer for each other. Like, and they understand that, like, I don't always expect them to be best friends, but they are family. And so, like, even when you have arguments with your friends and your family, that's your centering point. And so I told him, I was like, you can't just get rid of your family if you have an argument. You can't just get rid of them. They're still there, just like your teammates. So, and that's something I've encouraged, is, like, just watching them really come together and understand that they're all equals on this pool deck, and they are there to support each other and be each other's family. And I really enjoyed watching that. It's incredible to be part of.